Maisee. I'm a freshman here at Thao, and my major is packaging. And the position that I want to go into is social media coordinator. I chose this position because it's similar to my job that I have now, and I just want to be more included in the club. And some experience that I have is my job now. So I work at MSS Outreach Specialist. So my job is basically just like calling incoming freshmen, just helping them and updating them on like due dates on stuff, and just emailing them. And then how I contribute to HSSO is just be the middleman, like basically just keep everybody up to date. When is events and meetings, what time, and then just sending out email. And I learned through Vicky that there's a difference between professional emailing and just emailing. So I have learned to professionally email people. And then how I balance this responsibility and other responsibility is, well, I usually, like, now that I have work and school, I try to finish this week homework, then start on my next week, just keep doing that. And I found that like really effective for me, so I'm just going to continue doing that for me.
Any questions for her?
As the social media coordinator, you kind of have to reach out to multiple schools. Do you have any prior contacts with any schools around UW Stout?
Well, I have friends that go to like UW-Madison and UW-Milwaukee. Otherwise, I don't think I know any other schools.
In HSSO, what do you want to improve in the org?
I noticed that sometime we're having meetings or like people just don't like interact as much, or like they don't come because they're like, oh, I forgot, you know. I just want to make sure that everybody know when is what and all these events, so like we could have as much as people, or like hopefully a lot of people do show up for events and meetings.
So as public relation, how are you going to get incoming freshmen?
Usually, I just like, well, I kind of know most of the freshmen because like I've been calling them lately. So like I already have a sense of who's coming and who I already talked to.
And kind of building off of that, what initiatives are you going to have? Because I believe, in my opinion, the upperclassmen are the hardest to keep coming to the meetings. What are your initiatives to change that and have them more interested in coming to the general meetings?
Just like for the meeting, just have like stuff that interests people to make sure they come. And I mean, if people are really dedicated to this club, they'll do the best and always come to the club.
So, I'm just curious as to what kind of demographic you're trying to target as this public relations.
Can you expand on that a little more?
Like demographic as in the specific type of group of people that you're trying to like choose to like target, to like make, you know, to reach out to, you know? Like, for example, like it could be based on age, gender, race, anything.
More like the incoming freshmen, because like a lot of them that I have emailed and talked to, they're just like, oh, I didn't know that there was Hmong people here, like Asian people here. Like it's so nice to hear from like a person that's Hmong. So just seeing like how passionate they are, just to know that there's also an Asian person at Thao, I feel like I should reach out more to like incoming freshmen to let them know that yeah, there is like a Hmong club here too.
You can go first. You go
Okay.
first.
So
In HSO, a lot of the members are mainly Hmong background. How are you going to have more people who doesn't identify as Hmong, like white people or black people or all kinds of identities?
Well, I'm also in Latino Unidos. I mean, just like how every club said, like you don't always have to be Asian to come into the club. And I guess just offer it more to like not just Asian to other race too.
Like going off that, it kind of ties with my question because that's why I was asking like what demographic of people you're gonna be like targeting, like because you vaguely just said freshmen, and that kind of makes me think: are you going to be targeting all freshmen, or just specifically Hmong freshmen, or are you going to be targeting like multicultural freshmen, or what are you going to be doing?
Mainly like multicultural freshmen. Because those are like the one that be like interested, be like, oh, there's also like multicultural clubs here.
I'm gonna say that'll be the last question. Due to time, we're gonna move on. So let's see if Maisee Alright, so next on the list will be Pheng, Thao, which is running for public relations, multimedia co-producer, and historian. So
New.
He can walk.
Bring the crutches.
Walk along. My ankle hurts, you know, still.
It's a little bit scary because I haven't given a speech in a while, but my name is Pheng Thao. I'm a freshman here at University of course. I'm from Green Bay, Wisconsin. My major right now is undecided, but I'm leaning towards entertainment design, so more of the animation type or artsy side. So the reason why I chose to apply for historian, because that's what I'm leaning more towards, is because I want to be able to, shoot photos for our club, capture moments of happiness or funny times with people, And I want to like share it with the community, not just our community, but the people around us, so that we can have a positive impact upon ourselves and people around us. Because we can get more people to join a club or just have fun, have a great time. The experiences that I have, back in high school, I was in Upper Bound, and being Upper Bound senior at that time, I decided to shoot photos because some of my advisors need help shooting photos. So I always had to reach out to the younger classmen, saying that you guys want a photo, I don't mind taking photos if I can too.
Hey Riley, can you guys keep the questions up and then we can go through the photos after?
What can I contribute to HSO? The previous e-board, they gave a warm, welcoming feeling to us freshmen, and not just us, but like some people as well. And I want to be able to do that to not just freshmen, but sophomores who's going to be here next year, or the juniors and seniors. Because I really enjoy that, and I just want to create that happy vibe off of them. Other than that, I want to reach out to the freshmen and the sophomores and juniors, seniors, because I want them to join something and make an impact upon it, like make something happen. And I know it's dying because Kelvin said already, the HSO members there's not too much Hmong people nowadays, but I want to bring it back. I want to make things great, even though it's not going to be better or the same. I just still want to try my best. And how do I balance my position? Basically just time management. If there's a big project coming, I'll break it down. Do it this day, do it that day. But if it's something really major, then I would do it. I'll do it the majority of the day, and I'll just surely do it the rest of the days. Any questions?
Yeah, we can view your photos.
I'll just explain it. I explain it?
Well,
You can if you want.
you can if you want, but if not, we can answer
These
questions.
questions.
Right.
I have a question. So on the ballot, it says Chua Lor is running for vice president and multimedia producer.
Yeah.
So let's say if no one else decides to run for president, but with Chua here, and she has to be VP, And if you were to be the multimedia producer by yourself, would you be able to handle that pressure?
Being multi and historian or just multi?
Just well, let's say multimedia producer.
Okay. I wouldn't mind because I have some art backgrounds already. I'm taking drawing classes. I didn't put it in the slide because I didn't know I was going to do that. I'm taking drawing one classes. I have some experience in designing clothes, designing symbols and everything like that from art and high school use. So I think I would be able to handle it. If not, I can always reach out to people who are willing to support me.
Like based off on what Johnny said, when you're a multimedia producer, you do a lot of projects because you do posters for every event, and we have about at average 10. So you have to do 10 projects for HSSO. How are you going to balance that if you do declare your major? How are you going to balance your HSO projects and your class projects?
Well, I'll put HSL in front of my class project because it's something that I put myself into and I want to put myself in a position. So I would, if it's a major project, I would break it down, do it little by little. I'll work on it probably a lot more than I would, so maybe 2 or 3 hours on it. And then I would just do, since I have homework, and it's not due maybe until next month or next couple of days or something like that, I would just balance it out throughout the days.
So I guess it's really important for anybody going into the art programs to be able to handle criticism. How well do you handle that? Or if there was a scenario where you have to design some kind of poster and the person you're working for tells you that they don't like what you're doing?
I don't mind criticism because I'm not going to be perfect. I know that, and I want everyone to put their thoughts into the artwork as well. Because I just don't want it to be my thoughts. I want it to be everyone's thoughts. So taking criticism, I'll just make it better or make it worse. It really depends on the person.
Oh, wait, me?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, waiting on the end, what if a board member didn't like the design and they wanted you to start all over because it wasn't the theme they were looking for?
Just one board member
Or everyone in the board. They're like, oh, that's not what we're aiming for, but you had it all set up. How would you react?
To be honest, I will be a little hurt because I put my time into it, but I wouldn't mind starting over again because not everyone's gonna like my drawing, and of course, I probably myself won't think it looks good eventually after hearing you guys' criticism. So I don't mind starting over.
Alright, kind of going off with Khalil's question with that. The whole point of multimedia, you're supposed to communicate with your members about what. It's not a question, but it's just a comment. But yeah, with multimedia, you're not supposed to. You need to communicate with the e-board that's doing the event, just so that doesn't happen to you. So just make it easier. Just communicate with your board, just to clarify on what they actually are expecting for that poster.
You go ahead.
Okay, so you said that you would prioritize HSSO over your schoolwork, which is very admirable, but realistically speaking, for example, if you start to fail, and for example, if you get lower than a 2.0, I believe, I don't know, but you could get academically dismissed, and then in the end, you could lead your group to be, multimedia personless, So I'm just wondering,
I think I want to go off of that.
Yeah, go on.
And
Because
say a comment that as a past board member, you never put HSSO before your academics. I just want to make that clear. Yeah.
Alright, just to time too. Since you are running for 3 positions, which one would you prefer to get? Historian. And then, just a formal question: why would you prefer historian?
Because to be honest, I have not use Photoshop, and I think that's what multimedia needs, right? I don't have that much experience in Photoshop. I think Illustrator as well. I don't have that much experience in Photoshop, so learning that is going to take sometimes, you know. But as a historian, you know, I have some experience like that, so I think that's very much better than multimedia.
One last questions.
Wait, can I ask one last one?
Yeah. you can
So I
ask.
used to be a historian too, and I think that is the most boring position, personally, but I just want to know, what do you want out of this position? Besides, because really all you do is just take pictures, you know? What do you want out of this position?
What I want to experience, you know, is happiness from all of us, you know, because if someone's feeling down, you know, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to capture those moments. I want to make them feel better, you know, that we have family here, you know. I want just to see them happy, you know.
I think what Yun was kind of saying is like, what is something new that you're gonna bring into this position? I think, is that what you were implying?
No, I think he's saying, what do you expect to gain from
Yeah,
it?
what do you expect to gain from
Yeah.
this position?
Yeah, like, what attributes are you gonna acquire from being a historian, you know?
I guess well, I guess more, because I know I'm going to have to like open up and get out of my comfort zone and ask people to take photos. So that's one of my weaknesses. I just want to, well, I think our gain from being a historian is that just to open up to more people, and I think I'm going to use Photoshop sometimes and Premiere Pro as well. So that's going to be a benefit for me and my major. I think that's basically all.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, shoot.